ਕਾਹੇ ਕੁਮਾਰੇ। ਕਰਵਟ ਦੇ ਮੁਖ ਕਾਹੇ ਕੁਮਾਰੇ। ਕਰਵਟ ਦੇ ਮੁਖ ਕਾਹੇ ਕੁਮਾਰੇ। ਹਾਂ ਵਾਰੀ ਮੁਖ ਫੇਰ ਪਿਆਰੇ। ਹਾਂ ਵਾਰੀ ਮੁਖ ਫੇਰ ਪਿਆਰੇ। ਜੀ ਹਾਂ ਵਾਰੀ ਮੁਖ ਫੇਰ ਪਿਆਰੇ। ਹਾਂ ਵਾਰੀ ਮੁਖ ਫੇਰ ਪਿਆਰੇ। ਕਰਵਟ ਦੇ ਮੁਖ ਕਾਹੇ ਕੁਮਾਰੇ। ਕਰਵਟ ਦੇ ਮੁਖ ਕਾਹੇ ਕੁਮਾਰੇ। ਕਰਵਟ ਭਲਾ ਨਾ ਕਰਵਟ ਤੇਰੀ। ਲਾਗ ਗਲੇ ਸੁਨ ਬਿਨਤੀ ਮੇਰੀ। ਕਰਵਟ ਭਲਾ ਨਾ ਕਰਵਟ ਤੇਰੀ। ਲਾਗ ਗਲੇ ਸੁਨ ਬਿਨਤੀ ਮੇਰੀ। ਲਾਗ ਗਲੇ ਸੁਨ ਬਿਨਤੀ ਮੇਰੀ। ਲਾਗ ਗਲੇ ਸੁਨ ਬਿਨਤੀ ਮੇਰੀ। ਕਰਵਟ ਦੇ ਮੁਖ ਕਾਹੇ ਕੁਮਾਰੇ। ਕਰਵਟ ਦੇ ਮੁਖ ਕਾਹੇ ਕੁਮਾਰੇ। ਜੀ ਹਾਂ ਵਾਰੀ ਮੁਖ ਫੇਰ ਪਿਆਰੇ। ਹਾਂ ਵਾਰੀ ਮੁਖ ਫੇਰ ਪਿਆਰੇ। ਕਰਵਟ ਦੇ ਮੁਖ ਕਾਹੇ ਕਾਹੇ ਕੁਮਾਰੇ। ਕਰਵਟ ਦੇ ਮੁਖ ਕਾਹੇ ਕੁਮਾਰੇ। ਜੋ ਤਨ ਜੀਰੇ ਅੰਗ ਨ ਮੋਰੂ। ਪਿੰਡ ਪਰੈ ਤੋ ਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਨ ਤੋਰੋ। ਜੋ ਤਨ ਜੀਰੇ ਅੰਗ ਨ ਮੋਰੂ। ਪਿੰਡ ਪਰੈ हम तुम बीच पयो नहीं कोई, तुम है सुकंद नार हम सोई। कहत कबीर सुनो रे लोई, अब तुमरी प्रतीत न होई। कहत कबीर सुनो रे लोई, अब तुमरी प्रतीत न होई। अब तुमरी प्रतीत न होई। अब तुमरी प्रतीत न होई। करवट दे मोको काहे तुम्हारे, करवट दे मोको काहे तुम्हारे। जी होवारी मुख फेर प्यारे, होवारी मुख फेर प्यारे। जी होवारी मुख फेर प्यारे, होवारी मुख फेर प्यारे। करवट दे मुको काहे को, काहे को मारे, काहे को काहे को मारे करवट दे मुको काहे को मारे।
Hello everyone, welcome all. I hope you're all well. Nice to see you. Today we will start with a duet by Isaac and Sarah Hart Davy, friend of the show. That will be very nice. Then we have a talk by Michael, then a talk by Prem Paul. Topic is Nectar of His Grace and Love. Then we will meditate for 5 minutes and we will watch Master's video on YouTube. And finally, we'll meditate all together with love and devotion. Thank you all. Can't wait to hear the duet. Let's go. Wow, Miss Sarah and Isaac, my soul is still dancing. It was wonderful. And as usual, I forgot the translation, so I will just read it now. I'm so sorry. So, merciful Father, draw your servant to your will. Your servant will run like a ram. He will bow down to your majesty. Your friendship will cause him joy, better than nectar and all sorts of delights. Splendid and beautiful is the light of the world. My soul is sick with the love to thee. Please, God, heal her. Whistle showing the tenderness of your light. Please, my Lord, the joy of my heart, have mercy, and I will be forever be your servant. Oh, thank you again. Let's start now.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Satsang of Love. Welcome to our Holy Father, Ishwar Puri, G's Grace. And thank you, Isaac and Sarah, for the beautiful, beautiful song. I loved it. I loved the touch of your heart. It was wonderful. It was so wonderful. I cannot describe how wonderful it is. I loved it. So thank you again. Um, Wow, that was so nice, so soothing and so love. My dear Holy Family, so are you homesick? Did you ever feel homesick? Did you ever feel homesick? Did you ever go away from your home, maybe from your father and mother, from your country, and felt homesick? And what is homesickness? It is the longing to go back home, to experience what we experienced. In the worldly sense, it is like a homesickness to go back home to our worldly parents or to our country, taste our mother's food, be with our parents, and enjoy the scenery of our country and friends. And the same way, all of us sitting here are homesick, homesick to our true home. Our true home is not in this world, but it is in God and the kingdom of God. We are all homesick over here. We are all homesick and we are all longing. Longing and homesickness go together. Longing and homesickness. How much longing are we having in our heart to go back home? This is the longing to go back home is goes together with homesickness. Homesickness is the homeward call from God and from the kingdom of God to go to our true home. And the more we become homesick, the more our longing increases. They go together until it reaches a point, till it reaches a point where the longing and the homesickness cannot be bearable anymore. And that is when we start heading home and forgetting about our place now. This place that we are just visiting, we don't belong here. We belong to another place. We belong to a more beautiful place, our true home. And when we start heading home to our abode of love, to where we all originated from, to the land of love, to the land of soul, to the land of peace, to the land of grace, we also start to drop all things over here of this world. For the truly homesick, the one who is longing to merge, the one who is longing to go back to the ocean of oneness, to the ocean of love, is ready to sacrifice his head, her head, is ready to sacrifice all worldly friends, all relations, all feeling of greed and for wealth, all everything that takes us away from God, that is ready to be sacrificed when we feel homesickness. When we feel homesickness, there is a story of of a husband, a wife, and their child, and he grew up in a virtuous home, and he was very loving to his parents, and his parents were very loving to him. Yet, when he became a teenager, he started to revolt because he saw that there is a different world outside, and he wanted to go to that world. So he kind of became rude to his parents. He became rude to his parents, and one day he said, I'm leaving and I'm not coming back. And he left and he started to experience the other world. Yet at some point after, and he did not contact his parents. He was very hard-hearted. His heart became like ice. And then after many years, a feeling of homesickness, after he tasted the other world, and the other world did not satisfy him, and it did not have the same values and virtues that he grew up with, he started to miss his mom and his dad. And on Christmas, he said that I really want to go back home, but I don't know if my mom and my and my dad will accept me. So he wrote a letter to his mom and dad. And in the letter, he said, I miss you. I want to come back. Will you forgive me? Will you accept me if I come back? And if so, if you will accept me, if you will forgive me, please put a white cloth on the tree, and I will come in the train and I will see the white cloth. And if I see the white cloth, that means you accept me. And when he rode the train, there was not just one white cloth. The whole tree was full of white cloth. This is how God loves us and welcomes us back no matter what. He won't have just one welcoming sign, but he will have hundreds of welcoming signs. Please come back. Please come back to me. Sorry, I don't know why I'm emotional today. I just feel a lot of love. When you sit at the seat of love, I guess you feel you'll feel the love of Master, the love of Ishwar is just flowing right now, and I feel it. I feel His grace. I feel His gifts. I feel His welcoming all of us to our true home, welcoming all of us to God, to the kingdom of God, where my master Sant Thakar Singh is, where Baba Sawan Singh is, and where Ishwar Puri Ji is. To his lap, we will go. So this homeward call, the homeward call, he's calling us. He's calling us. And when he's calling us, that's it. That's it. It means we're heading home. When we feel that homesickness and that longing, it's a surety. It's a surety that God is waiting for us, and He is welcoming us with so many signs, and so many gifts, and saying, "Come back to me, come back to me. O you weary and heavy laden, come back to me. I will give you rest. I will give you peace. There will be no more tears, no more tears." Here are some precepts from the saints. Remember the following precepts and read some of them daily. These will be very helpful and uplifting. So I read these I got this book from Radha Swami Vyas, and it's a beautiful treasure from Master that I will be reading for you. I got like maybe 100 or 200 of these books, a gift from Master. And here, let me read to you. With this world, I have nothing to do. My world is quite another. Lord, become my friend. When I gave up the friends of this world, the Lord became my friend. When I gave up the friends of this world. Rely not upon your wisdom, and trust not your strength. Pray for Master's grace alone, and ever make him your sheet anchor. God is my rock and my refuge. What fear have I of tempest and deluges? Think good, speak good, and do good, and God will be good to you. Think good, speak good, and do good, and God will be good to you. Make habit to suffer small pains with cheer. Then the pain of death will be a pleasure to you. Except the lowly, none receives his grace. Humility and meekness make him shower his grace in abundance. All worldly works have I finished. Now the only work left to do, my own work, to think of only thee with my brain, to love only thee with my heart, to talk of only thee with my tongue, to walk to only thee with my feet, to see to see only thee with my eyes, to hear only thee with my ears, to serve only thee with my body, to sing only thee thy glory with my soul, to drown myself in the ocean of only thyself. If you do not forgive, how can you expect forgiveness from God? That's a beautiful one. If you do not forgive, how can you expect forgiveness from God? Oh, this one, I love this one. Listen to this one attentively. He who sells himself to God, God gives himself to him as his price. He who sells himself to God, God gives himself to him as his price. God, please buy me. Do not blame anyone for the grief that comes to you. Your actions, your own actions have brought it. Do not blame anyone for the grief that comes to you. Your own action has brought it. Daily perform some acts against the dictates of your mind. First necessity in the inward journey is an emptying of self will. Now, and then it says, this guy who wrote this, now I end my will with this last injunction: give, donate, grant, present, award, tip, reward, offer, sacrifice, aid, bestow, contribute, endow, give, and give as much as you can. Give freely. Do not look to the merits or demerits, sincerity, unworthiness, unfitness, ingratitude, or the faults of the receiver. Oh wow. Give. Does God look to your deeds and faults when bestowing his gifts on us? Wow, this is so beautiful. Should I read it again? Okay, I'll read it again so it will sink in our hearts. Give, donate, grant, present, award, tip, reward, offer, sacrifice, aid, bestow, contribute, endow, give as much as you can. Give freely. Do not look to the merits or demerits, sincerity, unworthiness, unfitness, ingratitude, or the faults of the receiver. Give, give. Does God look to our deeds and faults when bestowing his gifts on us? Great Kabir says, when water enters your boat and money increases in your home, the wisest course is to drain them out with both your hands. Oh, Lord will see that your chest remains full. Wow. The Lord will see that your chest remains full. That means we never lose when we give. Um, have you ever heard the story of Mirdad? It was written by Mikhail Naimi. He's a Lebanese author and philosopher. In this story of Mirdad, there is a beautiful words in it, and I found them today in another booklet. So I want to share them with you. I hope you will like them. And it says, listen to this. This is so important. I swear, if we live up to this poem, we will be heading home soon, very soon. Okay, it says, listen. So think as if your every thought were to be etched in fire upon the sky for all and everything to see. For so, in truth, it is. So listen. So think as if your every thought were to be etched in fire upon the sky for all and everything to see. For so, in truth, it is. If that means we have to manage our thoughts, and if any bad thought comes up, the whole universe is going to see that bad thought. So we have to send another thought directly, a grace of master's thought. Master, please wipe it out. Please wipe this thought out. I didn't mean it. So speak as if the whole entire so speak as if the world entire were but a single ear intent on hearing what you say. And so, in truth, it is. So do as if every deed were to recoil upon your head. And so, in truth, it does. Wow, this is treasure. So, so speak as if the world entire were but a single ear intent on hearing what you say. And so, in truth, it is. So do as if every deed were to recoil upon your head. And so, in truth, it is. That means every deed, whatever we do, whatever deed, think that it's going to come back to us the same way. So if it's a good deed, it will come to us as a good deed. And if it's a bad deed, it's going to hit us on the head. So wish, oh, this one is so nice too. So wish as if you were the wish. So wish as if you were the wish, and so in truth you are. So live as in your God Himself had need of you His life to live, and so in truth He does. So live as if your God Himself had need of you His life to live, and so in truth He does. Love is the law of God. You live that you may learn to love. You love that you may learn to live. No other lesson is required of man. Wow. You live that you may learn to love. You love that you may learn to live. No other lesson is required of man. I love this. And what is it to love but for the lover to absorb forever the beloved, so that the twain be one? Twain means two. And what it is to love but for the lover to absorb forever the beloved, so that the twain be one. Absorb in master. Oh, this one, you're gonna love this one. You are the tree of life. Beware of fracturing yourselves. So not a fruit against a fruit. Set not a fruit against a fruit, a leaf against a leaf, a bow against a bow, nor set the stem against the roots, nor set the tree against the mother soil. That is precisely what you do when you love one part more than the rest, or to the exclusion of the rest. Wow, isn't that like a treasure house? I will read it again. You are the tree of life. Beware of fracturing yourselves. Set not a fruit against a fruit, a leaf against a leaf, a bough against a bough, nor set the stem against the roots, nor set the tree against the mother soil. That is precisely what you do when you love one part more than the rest, or to the exclusion of the rest. I love this. Oh my God, this intoxicated me. Oh, oh, where did it go? Oh, here. Yeah. Okay, there's more good stuff. More good stuff. Morning prayer. This prayer we should do every morning. Beloved Master, wondrous Lord of my soul, wondrous Lord of my soul, be with me this morning, this coming day, that I might be conscious of thy holy presence, and in word, thought, and deed, act only as thy agent. Wow. That the rhythm of the sweet words which thou gavest me in the quietest moment, given some time during the day, let the sound reverberate and lift this soul. As a wife, mother, and a daughter, help me to serve with love and patience all those surrounding me in this life, that their thoughts may be lifted to thee. Help me to serve with love and patience all those surrounding me in this life, that their thoughts may be lifted to thee. O revered beloved one, be with me when the dark night falls, and in the beautiful early hours, bless my meditation, that it might be full of love and devotion, and realization of what thou givest me. There is nothing in life that I long for now, but to keep thy holy presence with me throughout the long day and night of life, that one day this pilgrim soul may return to the Father when the time for departing is come. Wow. There is nothing in life that I long for now, that I don't long for anything, but to keep thy holy presence with me throughout the long day and night of life, that one day this pilgrim soul may return to the Father when the time for departing is come. Wow. That's a great morning prayer. That's so powerful. Oh, there's a satsang from Baba Sawan Singh. I would love to read it, but I will read it. I will read it another day. But I want to read to you a short story for children because we are all children at heart. It says in this booklet of Radha Swami, it says Children's Corner. So we are all really children. I feel like a child at least. Oh, and this story is about the music people. The music people. Once upon a time, long, long ago, there was a golden age here on earth. This was a time when things were much different from what they are today. There were never any wars because there were no countries. People lived together as members of one big family, God's family. It was easy for them to live this way because of a very special gift that they all had been given by God when He made them. Deep in the soul of each person, God put some beautiful music. And instead of talking and using words as we do today, people would smile at each other and sing wonderful songs, telling of their love for God and for everyone on earth. These were the music people. And music was in everything they did and everywhere they went. Some of them sang beautiful melodies, as if the stars were singing through space. These were the melody people. Some of them sang beautiful harmonies, as if the wind was sighing through the green valley. These were the harmony people. And some of them breathed forth gentle rhythms, as if the ocean tides were rolling in and out through them. These were the rhythm people, and some of them breathed forth gentle rhythms, as if the ocean tides were rolling in and out through them. Wow. These were the rhythm people. Together, all of the music people would join in and play songs of love and joy, happy that they lived in such a beautiful musical world. The birds of the air would fly overhead, adding their song, and the bees of the field would buzz all around with lovely drone. The brooks and streams bubbled close by and carried the chorus down river to the sea. People and nature were joined in song, and the whole creation sang unto the Lord. Wow! The golden age lasted for a very long time, much longer than you would believe. However, one day someone developed speech. He went around to his brothers and sisters and began talking to them. They were very impressed, and as days went by, they started singing less and less and talking more and more. They began to invent new words, and sometimes they would argue with each other over the meanings of certain words. And sometimes, if someone thought of a word someone else didn't like, they might even fight. So, speech, which was merely a very poor substitute for singing, began to cause ill will and bad feelings upon the music people. And the golden age gradually over a long period of time came to an end. Eventually, people developed different languages and then different countries where there where they spoke their languages. Each country began to call God by a different name in their new language, and so they formed different religions to worship Him. Often throughout history, countries and religions have fought each other in wars for no other reason than the different words they used for the one God of love, Father of us all. Music and song eventually became almost forgotten, and when people did sing, they thought it was just a prettier form of talking. They did not know that music was a gift from God that was put into their souls at the beginning of creation. Today, we are in what is called the Iron Age because it is very heavy and very unhappy. It is a sad state of affairs for us indeed. However, even though we are forgotten, even though we have forgotten God and His music that He put into our souls, He has not forgotten us. He has been watching over us since He made us. And He wants us to be happy again. And we used to be so long ago, as we used to be so long ago. So listen to this. So He continuously sends one of His music people down to us here on earth in order that we may listen to the music of the soul once again. Always, ever since the golden age, and still today, there has been one of His sons one of his music people on earth to help us find the music that is hidden in our soul and to hear its heavenly melody once again. By listening to its song, we can become golden ourselves and once again become one of the sorry, and once again become one of the music people. Wow, I love this. Let's become one of the music people. Okay, thank you, Master, for the seva, and I enjoyed reading, and I got like 200 of these that were sitting in Master's office. So, because they closed the office, so I'll be reading to you a lot of love from Master, a gift from Master to all of us, not to me, because I'm gonna be reading to you. So it's a gift from Master to all of us. These booklets that I got from his office, and I'll be sharing them with love and devotion and from the soul and imbibing Master, imbibing Ishwar Ji, Sant Thakar Singh and Baba Sawan Singh every day deeper and deeper into our being, deeper and deeper into our being until the longing becomes volcanic and the homesickness becomes volcanic and erupts and takes us back home. Okay, now I'm gonna play my dear brother Prempal and his talk, and there is also a shabd that he wanted us to play. So I'll play the shabd also. Thank you, Master, for the seva.
Radha Swami, everyone. My today's topic is the nectar. The everyday who listen from Michael Bahuji, nectar, nectar, let's drink the nectar. Nectar is the Amrit, also known as Abbe Hayat, or a conser, or holy water, or living water. That has been mentioned in many religious books. But today I pick up the topic. The topic that is like a Takiya Kalam that has been mentioning every day. The Takiya Kalam of Michael Bahuji, nectar. My today's topic is nectar, Amrit, holy water. Let's figure out what is holy water, what is nectar, where it is coming, who is sending us, and where it is coming, how to drink it. We need to understand all those things. What is the meaning of nectar, Amrit, holy water, Abi Hayat, or Kausar in Arabic? The holy water or Abbe Hayat or nectar. Abbe Hayat, Ab means water, Hayat means a life. The water we can drink and live forever. That is what we call it nectar or Amrit or Abbe Hayat. Now, here the point to understand is, if anyone gives you a Abbe Hayat or Amrit right now, can you live in this universe forever? Absolutely not. Living forever is not a physical life. Living forever is a life of the soul. Living forever is not a physical life, because the physical life or physical universe is not a permanent either. The life here in time and space, whatever you experience in time and space, will come and go. But after time and space, everything is eternal, everlasting. The real meaning of Amrit Abbe Hayat or nectar is drink something you can live forever. You can live for only. You can live forever only if you go beyond time and space. And who go beyond time and space? That's what my point is. After delivering many satsang for the last 12 years in Punjabi, English, Urdu, Farsi, Arabic, what is the life? Physical. We can live forever only if we go beyond time and space. If we go beyond time and space. And what goes beyond time and space? Only our soul. That what is Amrit, Abhihat, or holy water nectar. You can start getting nectar from the level, not from the physical level. In physical level, there is no Amrit, but on the astral area and the causal area, there is the Amrit, and beyond that, there is Amrit, 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 nectar, 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 all the way. There are rivers of nectar. There are waterfalls of nectar beyond time and space. Ab share abe hayat beyond time and space. Let's start. What is Amrit? What is Amrit and who can get it? Can I get? Can you get it? Of course. Then who can get it? Who didn't get it? We don't know what is Amrit and who knows what is Amrit. The Vani of Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji says, Sur nar muni jan Amrit khojte, Amrit gurte paya, paya Amrit gur kirpa kinni sacha man basaya. Hey, the Vani of Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji says, the third Guru, Guru Amar Das Ji says, Sur nar Munijam, all the God, angels, everything is looking for the Amrit. How come they didn't get the Amrit? How come? No, it is easy for me to explain it. Because all those Devi, Devte, God, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, all those Devi, Devte, they are at the lower chakras. The 6 chakras of the physical body. The Amrit does not come at the physical level, it comes at the third eye center. At the third eye center. At the third eye center. Nau darwaje, name dar fike, ras Amrit das mein tvije. As the Bani of Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji says, there are 9 doors and 6 energy centers. These belong to the physical body. And the Amrit Abhiyat, how it comes, does not come in these lower chakras at all. It comes at the third eye center. And this third eye center, Anjana Chakra, Nokta Speda, is above 9 doors and these chakras. And the Amrit come there. Then how to get to the Amrit? Do you think all those Devi, Devta, many people send me the message, Happy Shivratri, happy this, happy this. Brahma, Vishnu, Narad, Muni, Shesha, Tinvi, Tanmay, Manaitik, all those Devi, Devta are living in the realms of matter, controlling our physical body. They can't even go at the astral level and Katha level at all. And we worshipping them. We worshipping them. Even they never tasted that Amrit or Abhiyat or nectar. And we talk about nectar every day. Where the nectar is coming? Nectar is coming to the third eye center, Nau Darwaje, Name Dar Fike, Ras Amrit Das Mein Tvije. Above the 9 doors and 6 energy center. In the middle of that, there is third eye center. And I remember that. One of my little baby sister, she gave a seva of a Shabd of Tulsi Ji Maharaj, that how we can experience everything. दिल का हुजरा साफ कर, आना के जाने के लिए, ध्यान गैरों का उठा, उसके बिठाने के लिए. At the end, Tulsi Ji say, असली मस्जिद की मेहराब में. But asli means real. Masjid ki mehrab, the third eye center, the arch, of the mehrab is third eye center. गौर से तू सुन तकी आ रही तुर से सदा तेरे जगाने के लिए. That means the Amrit is coming at the third eye center. The third eye center. We need to go to the third eye center to taste the nectar or Amrit. We cannot taste this Amrit sitting in Chicago, Sacramento, India, whatever. These are the physical realities. We need to go above at the physical, beyond physical, and taste the nectar. What's the nectar? Ras Amrit, das mein Tvije. And how can you get this Amrit? Surunar Munijan Amrit Khoja Amr Gurte Paya Paya Amrit Gurka Kirpa Kani Sacha Manamsaya. All those Devi, Devti and all those, they can't even find this nectar. If you have to get a PhD degree, you can't get a PhD degree sitting in an elementary school or a high school or middle school. You have to go to the university to get that degree. All the Devi Devta sitting in a kindergarten, and they expect the Amrit. Sitting in a kindergarten, you can't get the PhD degree. Same thing here. Ishwar Puri Maharaj already told us, and all the Vedas and Puranas and Vani of Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. This physical reality is not the reality. Subconscious, all those, not the reality. Reality is the soul. Amrit Gurte Paya Sacha Man Messiah. When you hear the sound current, the Shabd, then you will understand what is Amrit. What is Amrit? How you can live forever? Physical body not can live forever. Astral body not can live forever. Sensory body not can live forever. Who's can live forever anyway? The soul is our self or reality, and the soul will experience the Amrit. How about the other three bodies? Physical, astral, causal. Of course, we can experience or taste some Amrit or holy water at the lower chakra, not at the chakras, but at the first level. That's the astral area, Brahm, lower Brahm, the reflection of the Brahm. I will say Sant, Kamal or Turiyapat. When you get there, you will see the light of thousands of candles, and you will also hear the sound of cantant sung. Church bell and account. At the same time, you will see the Amrit holy water dripping underneath the middle of that candle. You can enjoy it. That's just dripping. Dripping means a starting. Just one drop. When you go to the next level, from, as I told you in my last satsang, Gagan Mandal vich Urdumukh Kuya, Kurmak Sadhu Barbar Priya. In the middle of the universal mind, there is a well upside down. The holy water Amrit Abhihat Kausar is flowing out of that. You can drink it. You start from the drip. Now you can have as many as you want. That's the Amrit of the mind. Let's go further beyond. Let's see. That's the Amrit for the mind. Limited. Let's go above and experience what kind of Amrit, what kind of nectar, the soul experience. Let's go to Parapram, where you hear the sound of Kingri, Sarangi, Bajes, Tara, Acharvam, Sundarvara. You will see the holy water on Amritsar, everything there. There is not a dripping of water. There is not a one well upside down. There is Avishari Abhihaya. There is a waterfall of holy water or nectar. Not even a cup. Your cup will be so small. You can fill up million, trillion, zillions of your cups with that holy water after Parbrahm. In the Parbrahm area. As Swamiji Maharaj says, when you go to beyond time and space, there is not only a dripping of holy water, not only well upside down. There's Avsharyape here. There's a waterfall of holy water. There is rivers. As Swamiji Maharaj says, how's a concert? Driyaya how's a concert? There's rivers. There are waterfalls. There is Chashmai Abhiyat. There are many things when you soul get there. It's not dripping, not a well. There's nothing but holy water, Amrit Abhiyat, or nectar. Then nectar is how much? Nothing but nectar and nectar. All over. Right here, in a physical reality, we have 70% water and 30% dry land. Inside, same thing, but beyond time and space, is nothing. Amrit, 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 Abhiyat, holy water, nectar. I remember that day when someone texted me a message. What kind of food the soul eat? Then I said something from the Puri of Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Akhand Kirtan, Bhojan Chura, Nanak Jako, Satgur Pura. Akhand Kirtan, Bhojan Chura, Nanak Jako, Satgur Pura. Akhand means constantly. Akhand Kirtan means the sound. Bhojan. When you go to the such khand, the only food, only drink we have is the holy water or Amrit Abhiyat or nectar and the sound current. Nanak Janko Satgur Pura. The main thing to understand here is Akhand Kirtan Bhojan Chura. Nanak Janko Satgur Pura. Satgur Pura means perfect liquor master can take you there, otherwise you can't go there. You can go to the astral area and enjoy the dripping nectar. You can put your cup there, it might take you 10 minutes to fill up the cup. Or you can go to the Brahm area, you can just dip your cup and fill it up. When you go to Parabram, you don't need a cup. You can dive in there just like a fish. Enjoy as much as you want. Going to Parabram, there is no measurement, there is no cup, there is nothing. You just dive in there just like a fish in an ocean. And how much water the fish can drink? The ocean belongs to that fish. The fish can have the whole water. That's how much you can get. But we are, as an individual, we are a fish in the ocean, have the whole water in the ocean. And we are as a soul in the ocean. You can drink, still you cannot drink the whole thing. Eventually, you will understand. This is my heart. This is my heart. We are in a fish in the ocean. We are a fish in the ocean. Eventually, we will understand what is everything. What is everything? What is this? What is Abhiyat? What is all those things? What is all those things? There was no fish before an ocean. That means everything was an ocean. In the beginning was the God. That means everything started from Him. It's just like a tiny fish. But still, He is an ocean. Totality of consciousness as a soul. We're just like a fish diving, enjoying the Amrit, the nectar, or a cup. I don't know how big the cup we have. Cup. Just throw away the cup. Throw away the cup. Just dive in there and enjoy it. Let's see how much you can drink. Let's see how much you can drink. You can drink as much as you want, but still, level of the sea doesn't go down. The mercy of your Satguru is always there. Amrit always there. Amrit is there. Satguru always there. Satguru always there. And some of us, many of us, receive text message. What would I do? I have too many bad karmas. What should I do? Do you think that Satguru will forgive us? And I said, I don't know. My karmas perhaps are worse than you. Then they asked me, then what you think your Satguru will do? Then I tell them, I'm just a little baby and my dad will pick me up. He will kiss me. Then he will eliminate all my karmas. Then at the same time I will say, there is a big ship and an ocean. Ship is very big. Who is big? Ocean or the ship? No. Ship is very big, but ocean is the biggest than the ship. Mercy of my Father, mercy of my Lord, mercy of my beloved Master Ishwar Puri is bigger than anything else. How many ships can come in an ocean? I do not think the whole world has enough ships to toss in that ocean. But the mercy of my Master, mercy of my best friend, mercy of my best friend, mercy of my dad, Ishwar Puri Maharaj is big enough. Bring all those karma and toss in that ocean. He will still forgive you. Why? Because he's bigger than the ship. Your karmas, my karmas are not bigger than the mercy of Ishwar Maharaj. Mercy of Ishwar Maharaj is bigger than anything else. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed. Just tell him, please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Then he will say, okay, I forgive you. You don't even say, forgive me. If you go to his feet as a child, little baby pick you up. Then he will say, I forgive you. When was the last time? All our kids made too many mistakes. When was the last time? You haven't forgave our kids. If our kid says, any of a daughter or son says, Dad, Mom, I'm sorry, I did the mistake. Most of us say, husband will say, it's okay, don't worry. Same thing here. Our spiritual dad is Ishwar Puri Ji Maharaj. Person like me, like 61-year-old, made too many mistakes. Too many mistakes. So much. I can't even tell you in this. I'm so ashamed. But every time I see Ishwar Puri, I will say, Baba Ji, मेरे सारे गुनाह माफ कर दो. Then he will say, Prempal, मैं तेरे सारे गुनाह माफ कर दे. Prempal, give you. Then he gave me a big hug. Then I will say, Baba Ji, please, please. If I do more mistake, can you give me? Then he will smile at me. Parents always give their kids. Satguru, perfect level master, always forgive the karmas of their disciple. Only if you go to him, only if you think he is superior than you, must you think you know more than your master, that means you don't know what his master is. That means your intelligence. You putting your intelligence in front of your Satguru? How could you do it? Absolutely not. You're not smart enough. Intelligence belongs to mind. Only thing that belongs to Satguru is love and devotion. Love and devotion. The only thing that we can offer him. I know. I received text message and all those. All the things will say, please, please, please. Please. He will forgive you. Forgiveness, that's his part. That's his compassion. I remember to ask a question from Ishwar Puri Maharaj, and I don't know, I think someone saved on the video, but I said it was in Menominee. Ask a question from Ishwar Puri Maharaj in English, that what happened to our present life karmas when Sant Satguru come to pick up his mark soul. Then what happened? The Guruji said, all the present life karmas get eliminated. He can eliminate, he already eliminated our reserve karma. At the same time, when he come pick you up, he will burn all your karmas and takes you back home. And takes you back home. Why he takes you back home? Why he is here? Why he takes you back home? Why? Why he takes you back home? Why he even came here? He came here. पर स्वार्थ कारणे संत लिया अवतार. He is here because of us. If there are no sheep, there will be no shepherd. If there is a shepherd, he has no sheep, that means shepherd has no job or no work at all. Same thing here. If there are no seekers, there will be no saints at all. And my beloved Master Ishwar Puri Maharaj came here to pick up all the sheep, pick them up, take us back home. Came here because of we can go back home. Can go back. Without sheep, there is no shepherd. Shepherd comes only for sheep. Sheep don't come for shepherd. Shepherd comes for sheep. Satguru comes back for souls. He comes back. Come the mark soul. And sheep all around. Shepherd come only to pick up the sheep. Master come only to pick up the marks. My Sattva came to pick up the marks. So those souls will go to Satsang for sure. He's here. He came here because of us. It was our seeking. That's why he came. If there is no demand, there will be no supply. That's the law of economics that I studied. If there are no seekers, there will be no masters. There will be no masters at all. He came here. Why? Because we need him. Because he wanted to go. Because of our seeking. Because of our seeking. Because of our seeking. And small little kids start crying. Mom and dad pick them up. Doesn't matter if that kid, little baby, already pooped in the diaper. Mom never throw them away. They will clean him up, pick him up, give him a big hug and kiss. Same thing here. Doesn't matter what kind of karmas you created. Why Satguru? Why Master Ishwar Puri Ji? He is willing to take. He will take you to such kind. Doesn't matter kind of karmas you have. He will clean you up and take you home. He will clean you up. Please, just be a baby. Don't try to be a matured. Don't. If you're 20-year-old, your mom will never change your diaper. If you're trying to be smart, you won't do anything. If you want to get His mercy, bless His love, please be a little baby so you can stay in His laps and take at you. He will wipe all your karma and take you back home to such kind because He loves you.
ਸੁਰ ਨਰ ਮੁਨੀ ਜਨ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਖੋਜਤੇ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਗੁਰ ਤੇ ਪਾਇਆ. Sur means devta, the god. Muni means the manish, all those rishi muni. Amrit khojte. They're looking for holy water. Amrit Gurte Paya. All this Devi, Devta, Rishi, Muni, they stayed at the lower chakras, but the Amrit only comes at the third eye center. Amrit Gurte Paya. Because a perfect master will tell you how to contemplate at the third eye center and enjoy that nectar or Amrit or Abhihayat. Paya Amrit Gur Kirpa Kinni Sacha Man Basaya. You can get the Amrit or holy water only with the mercy and the blessings of your perfect master. Sacha Man Basaya. Sacha is the Shabad. That means once you hear the sound current at the third eye center, when you listen to the sound current, you not only listen to the sound current or shabd, at the same time you will see the light. You will also see the radiant form of your master and you will enjoy the Amrit at the same time. Looking for Amrit at the lower chakra, you can't get it from energy centers. You get some at the awareness center and you will get lot at the higher level of consciousness. That's the real meaning of that. Uh, I will say, I don't know how to do it. If possible, just do it. As Babaji says, Labalob Taja. Once you get the nectar or Amrit, all your desire, demand, and lust will be gone. Because these things belongs to our mind. And when you get the Abhihat or Amrit, or when you see our radiant form of our master inside, all the desire, lust, and everything is gone. Only thing left is the pure soul. Pure soul. Thank you. Kiya Jant Sab Todo Pai. Everything is created by the God, and He is here again as a perfect master to see His creation. See His creation. Kahe Nanak. Nanak says at the end, the one he think is a mark soul, he is here to pick up the mark soul. Then he came here again. Even he created everything. Jiya Jant Sab Todo Pai. Everything is created by him. Now he's back here again to see his creation, to see his Leela or game. Then he came here for who? The one who turn around in such kind and ask him how he come back. Then he is here to pick up the mark soul. The shepherd is here to pick up the sheep, those sheep who wanted to go back home to such kind. That's the real, this Shabd is a very deep meaning. I just send it to you so you can play it because I like this Shabd too much. I had a chance to deliver a Punjabi satsang on this Shabd, and many years ago I never recorded any of my satsang in the beginning, but like 2-3 years ago, I asked Ishwar Puri ji Maharaj, can I record my satsang? He said, Prempal, you can do anything. Then after that, I started recording the satsang on my own phone. Then only few satsangs are saved. So far, I broke my 3 phones, and all those satsangs are in those phones. I don't know, but still, this is the most beautiful shabd I ever loved. Surnar Muni Jan Amrit Khojte. Amar Gurte Paya Paya Amrit Gur Kirpa Kinni Sacha Man Saya. So these are the rough meanings of this of the shabd. But I miss him too much today. I don't know why, but I never felt myself in such a kind of state of missing him so much. I don't know why, but I feel that I know he lives in my heart just like a smell in the flower. Even the flower dies, the smell never go away, and I know even if I die, he still be inside my heart. I don't know what to say. Thank you.
सुर नर मुनि जन अमृत खोज दे सो अमृत गुर ते पाया सुर नर मुनि जन अमृत खोज दे सो अमृत गुर ते पाया पाया अमृत गुर कृपा कीन्ही सच्चा मन बसाया सच्चा मन वसाया जिय जंत सब तुध पाए इक वेख परसण आया इक वेख परसण आया लब लोभ अहंकार चुका सतगुर भला भाया कहे नानक जिसनो आप तुठा तिन अमृत गुर ते पाया तिन अमृत गुर ते पाया तिन अमृत गुर ते पाया तिन अमृत गुर ते पाया
Wow, my dear brothers and sisters, today was an ocean of love, of indescribable love, that me and Prempal could not hold this love that was showered on us from Master. It was like a deluge, a flood of love. He's so much blessing us. He's so much blessing us. We couldn't handle our emotions. We had to cry. We're all homesick to go back home, longing and seeking to go back to our true home. Thank you, Prempal, brother. We love you. We love your talks. We love your love and your devotion to God. It's so precious. And you are a gift, just like everybody in this satsang is a gift from Master. Thank you so much. And this satsang, we are an international satsang, blessed by all the perfect masters. As you saw, Prempal, brother Prempal, had the shabd of Sant Charan Singh, and I was reading today from Sant Charan Singh. So Sant Charan Singh was also blessing us. It's the blessing not just of one master, but of Father God in all his masters. In his shabd, he's blessing us. Here in this satsang, everybody from all masters are welcome. We sit together and we enjoy the love, we enjoy the nectar, we enjoy the blessings that is coming from the Shabd, from the perfect masters, from all the perfect masters. Ishwar Puri Ji and all the perfect masters here bless us. What a lucky satsang this is. It's an abode of love. It's an abode of devotion. Here we can all sit in love and put our mind on the right direction towards our home, where we are all homesick. And I wanted to tell you that on Saturday, it will be the 1 year anniversary of the daily satsang, Ishwar Puri Ji daily satsang. It will be the 1 year anniversary. And please come and enjoy the celebration. That Master had grace on us to keep this satsang going for 1 year. And it's a thank you, Master, and thank you, Master. And our celebration on Saturday will be a thank you to God and thank you to Master for allowing us to sit together in your love and to experience your blessings every day. Every day is a holy dance. Every day our holy family gets together. Every day we sit together as the family of God, as the children of God. And during satsang, it's the golden age. During this satsang, there is nothing but golden age. There is nothing but the pouring of grace and blessings coming to us. So thank you all for attending satsang. And thank you to everybody who does seva. And thank you, Master, for allowing us to have satsang. And on Saturday, it will be our special day. I hope you will all be here on Saturday to um, to be part of the celebration. Um, Now we're gonna do 5 minute meditation. And thank you again, brother Prempal. Hugs to you and to everyone, and to Dr. Chant and Rohit and Vishesh and all the coordinators and everyone, Barry and Puneet and Eva and Vinaya and Paramjit and Savita, everybody who does seva and everybody who attends. So much love and so much thanks to them. Thank you all. Thank you all. If I forgot somebody, please forgive me. But I mean, I include everybody. So 5 minutes of meditation.
See, there are some offshoots while we are identifying ourselves with our minds, and we sometimes express them as the weaknesses of the mind. They say that the mind operates to deal with karma in time through many processes, and 5 of the processes which the mind uses to go through karma have been considered as negative processes, although they are very necessary to go through karma. What are those processes? The first is anger. The second is lust. Third is possessiveness, greed. And fourth is attachment. And finally, fifth is ego, haughtiness, ankar. These are 5. Lobh, moh, ankar. The mind operates through these in order to go through karma. And yet because mind uses these, they affect the attention in a very negative way, so that meditation becomes very difficult in the presence of these 5 processes. When you have anger, if you have ever noticed, when you anger, your attention gets scattered, spread out. The anger does not allow the concentration of attention to focus within. So anger automatically rules out the possibility of good meditation. Lust lowers the attention to the lower chakras, and your attention does not stay even where it's in the normal way, and therefore it goes and travels to the lower chakras and descends. You can actually see it descending, become more difficult to do this. Possessiveness scatters your attention to items which you want to possess, and therefore it goes out of you. And very difficult when you want to do meditation, the very thing that you're trying to possess or are possessing pull you out. So while these greed, possessiveness, anger, lust, they all wind up in an ego, the I-ness that wants to assert that I am more important than you or anybody else, therefore you argue with the I. You want to dominate with the I. And therefore the I comes up in front. Instead of sitting in the center of your head, comes in front. And a person who's even a little bit acquainted with meditation can read the thoughts of your I at that stage, and that's called antashkaran reading, reading of your thoughts on your forehead. So the I moves right in front and wants to dominate whatever is there. These 5 elements of the functioning of the mind are all non-conducive to meditation. They come in the way of meditation, because meditation requires that you withdraw your attention. It's very difficult to tackle these 5. When you want to tackle them, you can suppress them, but they don't go away. They say that if you feel angry, you can not shout, not yell, but you're yelling inside. And the expansion of the consciousness or the attention is identical, even if you don't speak, even if you say, I am under control, I'm very angry, but I won't speak up. You're still angry. Or you have lustful thoughts. You say, I didn't act upon my lustful thoughts, they were only in my head. You still dropped your attention. All these 5 processes which we are using on a daily basis for our karma come in the way. Then becomes very difficult. So how do we catch this? This is called the problem of 2022. It's called the problem of starting, this affects that, meditation affects these, and these affect meditation. So where do we start from? The true way of doing it is to start with meditation in spite of them. And then gradually, the meditation itself, the success in meditation can be measured directly by the reduction of these. And the anger is the first to be noticed, because anger is more visible than any other of these so-called mental vices. Anger is visible to others also. The other things you may be hiding. Anger is generally visible in a flushed face, even if you don't speak. But with meditation, you are able to lower the level of anger. With meditation, you are able to lower all these levels gradually. Ego goes last of all. But as they go away, you can notice the difference And eventually, meditation has to reach a certain point of crossing the Trikuti, the region of the mind, and where pictorially they have described the three mountains of beginning, middle, and end in Trikuti. Lying behind them is a big lake. There's a pictorial description. Big lake called Mansarovar Lake. In the Mansarovar Lake, our souls, which are ascending like black crows, that's how the description has been given. Black crows, they have a dip in that Mansarovar Lake, then they are freed from the effects of these five, and it comes out like a swan. So they describe this, that the soul becomes from a crow to a swan by having a dip in the Mansarovar Lake just above Trikuti, and these five vices sit on the bank of that lake like five little boys. And at that stage they say goodbye and they actually walk away. In real experience, in meditational experience, you can have that kind of experience. So these five boys run away at that stage. After that, you don't have a problem with them. Then your karma is still there. The karma requires that you are working in a business, in an office, where you have to show anger to an employee who is not working properly. Then it's pure play acting. That you are not really angry, you're just showing it. Because you still go through karma, but without the negative influence of these five. I remember when one of the so-called mystics came to the Dera and he began to talk to people. I'm talking from Sachkhand. I said, a man who has gone to Sachkhand doesn't really talk like that. I'm talking from Sachkhand. So he gave descriptions of this. So if some of you remember, I tried a trick called the safety pin trick. I took out a little pin, and while he was talking, I was young. I knew I could run faster than him. So I pricked him. He got so angry and mad. And I remember that when he got up to run after me, all I said to him then was, where have the five boys gone? You see? Because that experience, he understood what it means. Where have the five boys gone? The five boys have not disappeared from the Mansarovar Lake yet. So the point is that these very mental activities, they go through life and they make us do things to pay off our karma. Supposing we had no anger, we can't pay off some of the karma. Some people have been angry with us in the past. So we go through that. But when you have controlled these things through meditation up to that level of consciousness, then you can play act very well, still go through karma without any real anger. When the dissolution comes, they dissolve along with the rest. On the other hand, those who are on the top of Parbrahm do not go. They remain along with the Sachkhand. They are not in the tunnel. They are not in the cave. Yeah, Pete just asked me the same question on behalf of Walt. And I gave him an answer, but I can give an answer to everybody now that you have raised it. The question that Walt has asked is, when he watches a DVD or YouTube and hears a talk being given by me, or a talk given by a perfect living master, does that amount to darshan? So the answer is, if you have seen that person before, personally, in life, then you see a picture or a video or a YouTube, it is as good as darshan. Because by seeing that, you are remembering the live meeting you have had with that person. But if you have never met that person before and are just seeing a picture or a video or YouTube for the first time, it's not darshan. When we look at a picture, we do not appreciate the picture because of the picture itself. We appreciate it immediately brings back to us the memory of the live person that we have met. And that's why it functions like darshan. And that would be earnest seeking. If you seek earnestly, It's as good as seeking by reading books, by going into satsangs, by any means. So long as you're seeking earnestly, you do eventually get darshan. But seeking by itself is only a darshan if you have already met somebody whom you're seeking, and then you're missing that person inside, which is different, then that is like darshan. Even if you can imagine the face of a master, that means you have not reached the radiant form of the master which comes automatically and guides you inside. But in your pure imagination, you do dhyan. Dhyan means contemplation. You contemplate the form of the master, it's darshan. The only requirement is that when you contemplate the form of the master who has initiated you, then you must repeat the mantra he has given you at the same time when you're looking at that image. If the image is just being made up by your mind and is not real darshan, it will disappear. If the image stays, it will be darshan. The part of the face, it doesn't matter if you see the whole body of the master or not. The part of the face that retains its existence after repeating 5 names is the eyes and the forehead of a master. You will notice if the mind tries to make up a picture, either from a picture you are watching or by imagination, and you repeat the 5 words, the eyes and the forehead disappear. The rest can stay. So therefore it's a very big precaution you can take whether the mind is just making up an image or it's really the master darshan. With the 5 names being repeated and even your imaginary face, if it stays, it is darshan. Yes, remembering the master is as good as a meditation. Remembering in any form of the master is meditation. If anything that happens in life, you say, thank you, master, for this happening. Or, sorry, master, you could have done better. It's still meditation. Master, I'm really angry at you. Why didn't you help me through this karma? Still meditation. Whatever makes you think of the master is meditation. To meditate upon the master means that you are thinking about the master's association with what's happening now. It's all good as meditation. When the 5 words retain the image, that is the master. When the face disappears, it is not. Yes, Dwight, I was wondering what happened to Dwight today. The listening of the sound inside is of 2 kinds. One, listening to a sound being generated by the body. There are some very obvious sounds, like gurgling in the belly, like sound of breathing. These are obvious sounds and they interfere. These do not help you because if while you are trying to hear the sound behind your eyes and your stomach is doing gurgle, gurgle, your attention goes to the stomach and not behind the eyes. Or the breathing, people who have been doing pranayama for a long time have a very big difficulty. I have seen people taking 6 months or more to be able to focus attention behind the eyes just because they practiced pranayama, breathing exercises for a long time. They were concentrating their attention on the breath, little realizing that by doing that, they are holding themselves in the lower chakras. So that is why breathing, it becomes itself, the sound of breathing itself becomes an obstacle to concentration of attention. These are external sounds. Then when you are trying to really withdraw your attention, even other sounds, like the sound of the heart palpitation, can be heard. Not only that, you can eventually even hear the sounds of blood vessels. The blood going through your body can be heard in the head. So those sounds come from different sides. And none of them are considered to be the sound of consciousness. There's the sound of created bodies around. The sound of the creative consciousness does not come from any side. It comes from within you. Therefore, it comes when you are centered behind the eyes. Supposing this sound, any sound that you think is real, can be heard, and you try to focus on it, that means move toward the sound will disappear. Yeah. So if it is real sound, it will not become louder because you are focusing on it. Because our tendency to focus on something is to take our attention there. And when the sound can be heard and you want to move from the center in order to hear the sound better, sound disappears or becomes weak. Therefore, the secret is that if you hear a sound and you move from it, it becomes weak. You know it's a real sound then, but stay centered. Do not follow the sound. How do you stay? By not focusing on the sound at all, listening to it from the same position in the center, without moving, without having a feeling that you have to bend toward the sound. Listening to the sound from the center and allowing the sound to come to you rather than you going to the sound. The beauty of these real sounds is that you do not hear only one sound. You hear a series of sounds, and you can hear one sound seems to be closer to you than the other. That one can be heard now, behind that another sound coming up. You can give your attention to the series of sounds that come one after the other, and that will give you progress, and ultimately the bell sound will really pull you up and make you forget all other sounds. But the secret is not to try to focus, but to relax in the center. Be more conscious of your location, which is the center in the head behind the eyes, than trying to go toward the sound. There are, of course, about 10 or 12 kinds of other sounds which come, which are mental sounds. They are sounds that are coming from created entities inside. Need not be physical. There are a lot of physical sounds. Then there are astral sounds also. The astral sounds are created entities in the astral world. And those sounds can be like imaginary sounds, like they can be resembling thunder, for example. You can feel there is thunder going on. There is no thunder outside, but you feel you are hearing thunder. You feel there is a railroad next to you and a rail is just crossing. Similar sound can be heard. A truck is passing. You can hear those sounds. You can hear sound of bird chirping. You can hear sound of crickets chirping. You can hear the sound of the cicada. What are they called? That they come once in 17 years. Cicadas. You hear the sound of cicadas. You hear the sound of little bells tinkling. These sounds are astral sounds, but not sound of consciousness. They are sounds of created entities around consciousness. They are good for practice. Just for practicing how to stay within and listen to sound, they are called good practice sounds. But they do not have the pull which the inner sound of your own consciousness can do. And the earliest form is a big bell sound. It's not a small bell sound, it's a big bell sound. That has a pull in it. And you can immediately feel how quickly it concentrates you into yourself. You will notice if you want to try to hear the bell sound and it disappears, it's a real bell sound. If you try not to hear it, but just to distinguish it from other sounds, a little art involved in that. That you try to just keep with the sound, not go anywhere, not try to go towards it, stay in the center, and then the sound automatically starts coming to you. The bell sound also comes and goes. Even the radiant form of the master in the beginning, you will be able to see glimpses and goes. It comes and goes. Looks like it's coming from a distance, you want to approach it, it goes. You don't approach it, it comes. You will realize after some practice that what is causing this to happen is not the appearance of these sounds and images. What's happening is that you are thinking more and more about your own center and not about outside things. And when you get absorbed in watching what is going on, what's happening here, but not move, then the sounds go up and your concentration goes up. The eyes only roll back because our tendency is to roll the eyes, our tendency to see with these eyes. Actually, these eyes are not involved at all. It's only a natural tendency that makes you feel like that. But at some point, the sound can be strong enough to make you forget about the eyes, strong enough to completely make you forget about the breathing sounds, completely forget about all external sounds. So that sound has a quality of pull. It lifts you very quickly from your physical frame. It makes you feel that you are off into another sky. And it overwhelms you. If it comes too quickly, it can frighten you. For a person who is not used to it, and if it came very suddenly, it can be sort of a frightful experience. Therefore, the masters have normally arranged that you get these experiences stage by stage.
Those who are initiated will use their mantra given by the masters. Those who are not initiated can use a temporary mantra created by themselves, expressing love for somebody. Close your eyes. Imagine this body of yours is your house in which you live. It has several floors. The lowest floor is right where you're sitting down at the bottom. Then as the floors rise, you are on the 6th floor behind the eyes. And that's the place where you will always meditate. That is your meditation chamber. So go and imagine you are sitting in the middle of this meditation chamber. And you can examine that the house, this body-like house around you on the 6th floor, that you are sitting on top of your throat. You're sitting on top of your body, and the ears are around you, and the eyes are in front of you. Your hair is on top of you, and you are sitting relaxed, totally relaxed, no tension. The body has nothing to do with it. There's no pressure on the body or the head or the eyes. You are using your imagination to sit behind the eyes in the center of the head. And whatever comes in front, look at it, but don't follow it. If any sounds come, listen to the sounds attentively, but don't move towards them. If a sound comes from the top, listen while you're sitting relaxed in the center. Sound comes from the right, listen from the center. Sound comes from the left, stay in the center and listen to it. If two sounds come, pick up the one coming from the right or above and drop the other. And if a sound seems to be around you, pick up that and listen to it attentively. Put all your attention on the sound when the sound comes. Meanwhile, keep on repeating the words. If the sound disappears, go back to repetition. And when the sound comes, drop the repetition, listen to the sound.